Mr. Figueroa. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On September 8th, 2024, the officer was contacted by a witness who advised he observed the male sleeping in his truck at North Wayside Drive and East Freeway in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed defendant's vehicle parked at the location with the engine running. The defendant was going in and out of consciousness in the driver's seat with the keys in the ignition. The officer observed a 12-ounce Modelo beer in center console, and the defendant admitted to drinking. The officer
alcohol in the car while he's driving.
Yes, Your Honor. And the officer observed poor balance, slurred speech, glossy eyes. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, and one leg stand 3 out of 4. Defendant was read DIC and refused breath. Blood search warrant was obtained and executed. Defendant was identified with his Texas driver's license.
Can you crack it the eyes?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Figueroa, I want you to understand that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect this city. If you don't believe me, ask Yasha. I put one of his clients in jail yesterday. And as unhappy as they were about it, I don't give a rat's behind. I don't care if I offend you, if I offend all of America because I don't coddle. You're so naughty. I don't care. You have alcohol in the car allegedly while driving. I am now taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive at all. Do you understand? You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. And if I find that you do, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time your happy ass gets into a car and drives. Do you understand? Sure. I hope that you would understand that it's elementary that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car. And now you're going to pay a very dear price, because I'm going to tell you, living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive really blows. And now, until I know that you absolutely appreciate the awesome privilege it is, because it's not a right, it's a privilege. If you drive, you'll be facing 6 months every time you drive. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using any kind of alcohol or dope, likewise, you will go to jail. I'm not going to give you any more PR bonds. So if you go to jail, you'll be stuck like Chuck in there until this thing is over with, unless you have someone to bond you out. You understand? Okay. Yasha, until I know that he absolutely appreciates it, and I want some kind of proactivity to know. So until that point, no driving. That's it. Okay. So
whatever I can do.
You also need to understand that having alcohol in the car, it's a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you get. 5 days flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No 2 for 1, no 3 for 1, no credit. Do you understand? All right. Sign this affidavit. After that, we'll get you to Victoria to sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Rachel for your bond conditions, and we'll put you on your way.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, Judge.
Who do we have here?
Marissa Wilson.
Good morning, Ms. Wilson. All right, Ms. Wilson, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, ma'am.
On September 7th, 2024, officers observed defendant's vehicle traveling 35 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone between 7400 and 8400 block of Katy Freeway in Harris County, Texas. Officers observed defendant also almost hit an 18-wheeler traveling to the defendant's right, and the defendant almost swerved into another passing vehicle. Officers observed the defendant's registration to be expired as of November 2020, and a traffic stop was initiated. Defendant came inches from hitting the freeway wall while exiting, and the officers made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle. Officers observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage, glossy eyes, and slurred speech. Defendant stated she was going home and had 5 alcohol. The defendant read the DIC and refused breath. Officers located a half-empty 750 milliliter Jägermeister in the defendant's vehicle. A blood search warrant was obtained and executed. The defendant was identified by her Texas driver's license.
Did you say initially, did I hear you that you said she had a suspended license?
She had a registration expiration.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where was the Jägermeister? Was it within reach? So she's drinking while she's driving?
I'll check, Your Honor. Let me read the OR.
Yeah, take your time. While he's doing that, Miss Wilson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using anything, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, ma'am. You have a valid Texas driver license. You're not allowed to drive. And I want you to understand that I don't think anything makes me more upset than we have people driving like boneheads out there without a driver's license. And I'm going to tell you now, if I find that you drive, I will bring the wrath so hard that I'm going to sprout horns in the tail. That's how upset I'm going to be.
The OR just says inside the defendant's vehicle was a half empty bottle of Jägermeister. It doesn't say where specifically.
Okay. Miss Wilson, you will be signing an affidavit with me today. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if there's an emergency. There's nothing you can tell me that you can justify getting into a car and driving whatsoever. If you want a license or if you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then we can talk. But until that point, don't do it. I don't care how tempted you are. Let me ask you this. I asked you if you have a Texas driver's license. Do you have a driver's license from anywhere else? Okay, then that's what all right. I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive. After that, I'll get you to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. You'll get with Rachel for your bond conditions. And then after that, you're free to go. No drinking. Don't drive. Okay. Thank you. Otherwise, is no driving affidavit. Yeah, hold on it. Mr. Cormier? Mr. Cormier, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Oh my goodness. He's charged with 2 FSRAs. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On September 7th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an FSRA call at 1220 Brickmore Road in Harris County, Texas. Officers flagged down by a witness who pointed the officers in the direction of the defendant. The officers made contact with the defendant, who was trying to take items out of the trunk of his vehicle. The defendant stated that 2 cars hit him, that he turned off into a private drive due to a busy street, that he lost control and went into a ditch, and that the vehicle belonged to his mother. The defendant stated he was not drinking. The defendant later stated he had one 16-ounce Bud Light, but that he was not drunk and he was good. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 2 out of 8, and 1-leg stand 3 out of 4. Defendant was read DIC and consented to breath. Results were 0.148 and 0.131. Defendant was identified as Texas driver's license. And officers made contact with the third complainant. The complainant stated the defendant's vehicle came from a side street and the defendant struck his vehicle and the complainant complained of wrist pain. The damage to the third complainant's vehicle was approximately $20,000. Officers made contact with another complainant. The second complainant stated the defendant's vehicle took a U-turn, struck his vehicle, and the complainant complained of pelvic pain and head pain. The motor vehicle damage to this complainant's vehicle was approximately $30,000. The third complainant, the first complainant's passenger, complained of grip pain.
See if he has any prior DWIs.
He has no prior DWIs, Your Honor.
Mr. Cormier, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a Texas driver license? Oh my God. Tell me you have liability insurance.
Our insurance policy just went up in August last month.
Do you have? If I send you now for a drug test, what's going to show up? I'm sending you now for a drug test. You must come right back. If you do not come back, your bonds now are, I'm in shock that your bonds are only $3,000 on your these are second degree felonies, right?
These are.
Say it again.
Yeah, it's one of those hybrid felonies. It's got a punch rate of up to 5 years. So not like second.
I'm sending you now for a drug test. You must come right back, Mr. Cormier. If you do not come back, I'm going to set your bond to around 10 times what your felony bonds are at. Do you understand? At that point, we're going to go forward. But I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to drive. If I find that you drive and I will give a rat's behind what you're doing, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care where you're going. I don't care if Jesus needs to ride to church. You drive, holy moly, I'm going to light you up like you've never seen before. I want him to go take a drug test right now, and then we'll have him come right back. I'm going to have you sign a reset. Hold on. Before he leaves, I'm going to have him sign this affidavit so I can hold his ass in contempt if he tries to drive. All right, I'm going to have you come up here, swear test that you're not going to drive. I'm going to have you sign a reset and go take a drug test. Good morning, Mr. Kelly. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
On September 6, 2024, officers observed the defendant's vehicle run a red light near 25200 Interstate Highway 10 in Harris County, Texas. Traffic stop was initiated. The defendant's vehicle drove approximately a quarter mile before stopping. The defendant exited the driver's side of the vehicle, and the vehicle appeared to be in reverse as it moved backwards, almost striking the police vehicle. The defendant walked around to the front of his vehicle and began urinating. The defendant stated he was driving home from hanging out with friends, and the officer observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage and slurred speech. The defendant stated he had taken oxycodone and Valium, which were prescribed to him for back surgery and injury. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 2 out of 8. The one-leg stand was not completed due to D not understanding the instructions. Defendant was read the DIC and consented to blood. Defendant stated he doesn't usually take pills because he passes out. Defendant was identified with his Texas driver's license.
So you said that the pills were because of back surgery?
Yes, I have a thin spinal
Defendant
cord.
told the officer they were prescribed for a back.
When was the back surgery? What year?
Last year, but I just recently had to go into Methodist Hospital in Baytown where I live at, and they prescribed me some because I have a thin, my spinal cord is thin in the back. I have prescriptions through Walgreens that can be pulled.
I get it, but those prescriptions can still be abused. And if you get in a car, you fall asleep and get in a car, you on 59, 610, you kill someone.
The first time that I've been prescribed this.
I can't believe that they still prescribe that garbage, man. It's just it's so addicting. It's so addicting. I cannot believe with what all the pharmaceutics that they have today that they're still prescribing that stuff. No. My only thing, Mr. Kelly, is that I don't know if I want you taking it just because how easy it is to get addicted is on Oxy. It's so, 1 to 2 times you take the pill, that's it. You'll never stop.
Prescribed it to me.
I don't care what they prescribe. They shouldn't be doing it. They stopped it. They've taken it completely off the market. They stopped making oxycodone. I don't know how to do this, Pavel. I don't know how to go forward on this. No.
I'm not sure Judge, because we can't really test like therapeutic doses, they'll just say if something's in their system, right? So even if we want to just take therapeutic doses, it wouldn't be,
I want you to explore alternate methods other than OxyContin.
Okay, well, that's what I was trying to explain, Judge. They put me on it. I was originally doing pain management, and they had me on Norcos, hydrocodone, and they switched me from that when I went into Methodist Hospital recently with the back pain. They put me on that because the doctor said it was getting worse, but I only take a half a pill. I don't take a whole pill because, as you can see, I'm a small guy, so any dose of medication.
It doesn't matter. I mean, of course it matters the quantity of the pill, but the problem is not, it's the pill in and of itself, because it's so terribly addicting that once you start taking it, it's so very difficult to get off. And the problem is that when the doctors stop prescribing it for you, you're going to do damn near anything to get your hands on it. And if that means, I mean, I've seen robbing drugstores. I've seen people do anything to get their hand. That's how addicting it is. It's absolutely nuts. And the amount of people since its inception that have died from Oxy, that's why the family that used to be worth billions of dollars, has now declared bankruptcy because they've gotten sued so many times. Oxy has now been discontinued as a production. They don't make it. So that's why I'm telling them prescribed that they're still, I'm just surprised that they're still, prescribing it because they shouldn't. There are other methods to deal with the pain other than that super addicting drug. And what do you do for a living, Mr. Kelly?
I'm disabled.
Do you have an income?
Yes, I do.
What is your income?
1,000 a month.
I'm going to appoint your lawyer today.
So my family's gonna hire one. My mother's here in court. She's already agreed to.
What do you mean your mother's still in court?
She's here in court. She's agreed to help me buy a.
Come up, ma'am. That's mom?
Yes. To pay for an attorney.
Thank you so very much for coming. This is great. Thank you so much for coming, man. It scares me what he's taking. It really, really scares me because the chance for abuse, it's 100%. They're so strong, they're so potent, the pills, that once you start taking it, it's like Pringles. You just can't stop, I mean, that's how incredibly addicting it is. And they stopped making it because of all the people that were dying because of the abuse that the people used to abuse it so bad that, I mean, they were dropping left and right. The problem is that you start taking it and you build up a crazy tolerance to it, right? So what you do, you keep taking it, you keep taking it. And at some point you will put your lungs to sleep, right? Not knowing it, you didn't intend it, but you put your body to sleep and you just never wake up because it's so powerful and you develop such a craving, such a madness to have it. You're just going to keep taking it. And you put yourself to sleep. I've seen it time and again, over and over and over. So this family that was worth billions is now bankrupt because that's how bad it is. I don't know how to go forward because I want him to stop and I don't want him to take it. But at some point, I also want him to be able to deal with the pain and the management of that pain. But there's got to be another way.
He just recently went to Methodist Hospital because his blood pressure was high. When the blood pressure go high, they know that he's in pain. So he has chronic pain, and when his blood pressure goes high, they know that he's in pain. He just recently went to Methodist. We live in Baytown. He just recently went there. Actually, the night after he got out of jail.
We have to explore another way.
No, I have to.
I'm gonna test you like crazy. I'm telling you now. I'm going to test you like crazy. I see that you continue to take opiates. Well,
I haven't taken it since the night that I was arrested. I haven't taken it anymore.
So I can appoint you a lawyer today if you'd like me to do that, ma'am.
No,
That-
we don't get one.
okay.
Bassey, that's his first name, Bassey, what's his last name?
No, that's fine. If you want, like I said, I'm willing to give you a free lawyer today, or you can go hire one. It's up to you guys.
I
But
have one.
Mr. Kelly, do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have a liability insurance in your name?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you run his license, please, for me?
Yes, Your Honor.
He is eligible.
Okay.
And I have the.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I want you driving if you're taking Oxy. I'm going to tell you now because it scares me too much that you're going to abuse it, and the same thing's going to happen that happened now. So if you're going to take it, I'm not going to let you drive.
We have to help one another because I'm actually living with him because I have, sometimes I'm going to the doctor myself next week because I've been kind of forgetting and feel like I need help. So we helping one another. He helps me a lot. I don't cook anymore, so he helps me cook and we just kind of helping each other.
So, Mr. Kelly, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I want to know I'm going to put an ankle monitor on him so I know that he's not consuming alcohol. Because if he's taking Oxy or taking any kind of painkillers like that, alcohol just makes it so crazy worse. I want to know at the minimum that you're not consuming alcohol. I'm going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming. I'm going to pay for it for you, so it's nothing out of your pocket. But it scares me what you're doing. I'm telling you now, it scares me. And it scares me even more that you have access to a 4,000-pound projectile that if you fall asleep, you're going to kill someone. And that's what we don't want to happen. I don't want that blood on my hands. And it's just, Oxy's so powerful that even an eighth of a pill will intoxicate you. Get on finding a lawyer quick because there's a lot of timing requirements with your license. Don't wait. If you are really going to hire a lawyer, you need to get on it quick. Don't wait because you're only hurting yourself. Okay. Be careful. Like I said, there's got to be an alternate way, and I want to explore that. You have any questions, guys? Okay. Mr. Kelly, be careful. I'm not going to put up with it. I'm telling you now. If I test you and you're testing positive, it's only one thing's going to happen. Just be careful. Okay, guys, I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria, and then I'm going to have you meet with Rachel, our pretrial services officer, and then you guys are free to go. Thanks.
This way.